And another thing, I bet not see damn black person in my news feed talking about free such and such. Nah, keep that nigga locked up. Especially if you know he did the crime. That mean he need to do the time. Amen. So all that, no snitching and all that, I don't want to see it. I do not want to see. I'm telling you, of them same ones that's talking about all this, yeah, we need to defend our people. All that, they killing our people and stuff like that. Well, listen, it starts at home. So if you know the homies, right? The homies and the YNs in the circle is around here slinging fat in our backyards, right? I know you not gonna stand down and not say nothing. All this about, they need to provide for it. I don't want to hear it, because it's a lot of y'all that are even selling to your own family members and friends for the sake of $1. You are serving mammon. And if you do not know what mammon is, that is the demonic economic system. That is where you will see people do unruly things for the sake of $1. That is where you see people do very sinful things for the sake of money, right? Fraud. We're talking about OnlyFans. We're talking about all of these despicable things that we have now normalized just for the sake of making money. We do not get to pick and choose which things we want to be outraged about. We do not get to sit around and sing songs about looking for a specific type of man who only has money, right? And then now we going for the man with money, and now they beating our face in the ground, right? Doing it for the sake of $1, allowing certain men to get away with cheating and mistreating us, all because they're wealthy. Because remember, when Future had y'all saying that y'all rather cry in a Porsche, right? Listen, see, y'all don't want to talk about this stuff for real. Like, we don't, like, and it blows my mind, because it's so many black people, right? My own people, who will hear people like myself and hear other people give their accounts of the things that they've experienced and even try to minimize it. See, you have to understand, I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I got to see both sides of the coin, right? I got to see the wealthy side of life versus the poverty-stricken side of life. Because my father was in the military, and him and my mother were married for over 15 years. So I was born on base. Anyone who's in the military, who's been raised in a military family, knows that they are given, they're granted a greater measure, a greater way of living, right? So many more benefits that comes with military and government jobs. But once my parents divorced and my dad left my mom, right, just out the blue, and it's because he had the idea that he could cheat and do all of these other things just because he was a provider. And so when she put her foot down, he didn't like that. And so he randomly just left one day, did not tell her anything. It literally took his higher ups to notify my mom after he went missing that he was filing for divorce and that we needed to leave the base. So it went from me living a good life to now living on subsidized housing. And so when we moved from North Carolina to Fort Myers, and we were literally living in Sable Palm in the hood while my mom had to work, at Walmart and work all these crazy hours, while I was adjusting to everything, I also had to deal with bullying from black people. Because when I came here, I did not talk like everyone. I did not have the same interests that they have. I did not dress like they did. And so there were so many people who would, black people who would, well, why you talk like a white girl? Why you talk like that? Like, I literally got bullied just for being me. I was a very quiet and sweet girl. I didn't bother nobody. but yet I was shunned out of the same community that was supposed to be welcoming me in. And what's crazy about that is that I actually received more acts of kindness and love from other races than I did my own people. Even in regards to having good mentors for me during that time, right? I did not have any good Black women role models or mentors to help guide and lead me during that time. Black culture will literally label you as a coon just because you have different morals, interests, values. Because I was the Black girl that was into technology. I was into anime, right? I was into video games. And so I was looked at weird as a result. And what's so crazy is that even when I made the post to talk about this, so many other Black people came on there to attest to the same thing. So how can we as a people expect respect when we don't respect each other? How can we expect another race to value our life if we don't value our own?